Hi, Theo. So nice to meet you, and
Hi there.
Oz. So nice to chat with you again. I've had nightmares since I saw this movie last night. As much as I thought it was funny, I've been up since 5:30 a.m. So congratulations to the two of you. Theo, I love the moment that we see in the trailer when Hal gets the blood splatter on his face. It's so shocking, and you're so amazing in that scene. I'm honestly just curious how many times you guys had to film that scene.
We filmed it quite a lot, and then we actually we picked it up and did it again. And then Oz told me only yesterday that they ended up using the original version of it in the end.
Yeah,
So
we actually reshot the whole thing, re-bloodied him up, and then I used the first take ultimately because you know what? I can do what I want. And if I want to douse him with spray blood all over his face, I'm going to do it.
and that's what it was like every day. It was like, do
yeah,
what I say.
do what I say.
But I love that scene because of the kind of comedic button. It's built very well in terms of tension. You know, coming up the stairs with the realtor, the key in the door. There's a sense of doom. Then you have the payoff with the kind of wild explosion, and then you have this undercut comedic button with him shouting down to his son, who's got his headphones in his ears. So that was one of my favorite scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, everything's okay. Everything's okay.
Exactly.
Everything's fine.
Yes, I noticed the Goosebumps poster in Hal and Bill's childhood room. Oz
Very
did was
good.
that which I felt was very fitting for the theme of this film. I'm curious, Oz, if you had any posters like that growing up, and did you specifically put that poster there?
The poster was put there to sort of to elicit the feeling of like, oh, horror is fun, right? And you know, more than having posters like that, my brother and I, we were definitely the house where if you were another kid at school, you knew that you could come to our house and see a movie that was probably inappropriate to see. So we were the ones who would have like 20 friends over and put all the mattresses down in the living room and all the blankets and sleeping bags and then put on like the Toxic Avenger for a bunch of 10-year-olds. We didn't think it was especially incorrect to do such a thing, but so those were the kinds of movie fans that we were.
That was what I was. I was watching R-rated movies when I was like 8. You know, I mean,
Jesus.
maybe that explains a lot.
You
But
turned out
yeah.
fine.
Bill and Hal have been through a lot, and I have talked with Oz about how I feel like he has this theme in his movies. This, as much as I love the comedy, I feel like this is about family trauma being passed down and trying to break that cycle. So Theo, talk about exploring that with the character.
That's what I loved about the script from the first time I read it. Was it's funny and it's irreverent and kind of wild, but it's hard. It's exploring really interesting themes of death and loss, and particularly the idea that trauma happens to a young child. And Oz explained this to me when we were first talking. You know, there's the literal monkey in the movie, but it's representative of the monkey on your back, the idea that something follows you around for the rest of your life, a shadow, and how can you relinquish yourself from it, or do you get defined by it? And in a way, Hal is the one who's trying to break free from the curse, both literal and metaphorical, and Bill has been consumed by it, and is unable to release himself from it, and as a result is filled with fear. So those themes are really important, you know, as an actor, because you need to, but beneath the fun and the carnage, you need some kind of anchor to make it real and play the scenes kind of as real as you can.
Yeah, you did a beautiful job. This is like now one of my new favorite performances of yours, like next to
That's
White
very
Lotus
nice.
and of
Thank you.
course Divergent. Well, last question for you, Oz. I know that you said that Stephen King approved your script. Do you have any idea if he's seen the film yet? Are you going to do a special screening for him?
He's definitely seen the film and was real vocal on X. Is that what it's still called? I don't know. I'm so out of touch with that kind of stuff.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, he tweeted, he X'd how much
That sounds
That's
weird.
true.
how much he loves the movie. And I met him for the first time a couple of days ago, and he was so congratulatory, and so he admires what we did so much. I think it really tickled his sensibility, and you can imagine I'm pretty chuffed, as they say in England, by that, which means happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, you should both be chuffed over that news. Well, they are giving me the wrap. It was so fun to chat with the two of you, and I'm so excited for audiences to see The Monkey when it's out in theaters next week, you guys. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks
you.
very much.